Namaste. Namaste and welcome to Wednesday Chair Yoga. And today we're going to focus again on our heart opening and strengthening the upper back. But we're also going to do a little bit of work in a chair vinyasa. So a series of flowing postures moving all together, most of which you guys have done before, but we'll take it and see. We'll take it easy and see. So we're going to start with a little centering. So placing your feet firmly on the floor. If you need something underneath them, you can. And resting hands wherever is comfortable. Try to feel the parts of your body that are connected. So the sitting bones connected to the seat, the feet connected to the floor. And this is where we feel our safety, strength, and stability. We draw from that grounded feeling. And we're going to gently lift the rest of the body up away from those grounded parts, closing your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that, or gazing gently downward if you prefer. Take a moment to really step into your yoga practice, stepping away from the other things that happen in your life, and turning your awareness instead to the conversation you're going to have with your body, your breath, your mind, bringing your curiosity to your practice today. Notice how your body is feeling right now. Notice if it has areas that are feeling tired or perhaps a little uncomfortable, tense or stuck or stiff. And notice too the areas where the body feels spacious, at ease, lighter. Notice the breath that you're breathing right now. It doesn't matter what you notice about your breath, just noticing something, perhaps the sensation of the breath, the rhythm of the breath, or where it's moving in your body. And then we're just gently going to deepen the breath. So on your next exhalation, drawing the tummy muscles in a touch, just to ease a little bit more air out of the lungs. And then breathing deeper into the sides of the body, the back, the chest. And breathing out just a little bit more purposefully, drawing the abdominal muscles inwards, emptying the lungs a little bit more. Breathing into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. And breathing that long, deep, full exhalation. Allow your breath to flow in this rhythm a few times. Finding that energy of prana drawn in with every breath in, the space it creates in the body to breathe into the whole of the torso. And releasing, letting go of anything that's been on your mind or weight on your shoulders or on your heart. When you're ready, you can gently draw your chin towards your chest and just feel that length down the back of the neck, maybe across the shoulders or between the shoulder blades. And here, if it feels comfortable, you can roll the right ear towards the right shoulder, chin to chest, and then left ear to left shoulder and chin to chest. So if this particular type of neck movement doesn't suit you very well, You might prefer to have the head more upright and do a simple turning from side to side, or a simple, gentle, slow nod forwards and up. Maybe a gentle ear to shoulder. If you're happy rolling and you want to connect the rolling, you can lift your chin up and over, so you make more of a circle, but without taking the head backwards, focusing on the feeling underneath the chin, under the jaw, down the sides of the neck, and going in the opposite direction as well. And we're not trying to do any particular shape. It's about the feedback, the talking that your body's doing, and listening to it to find the places that feel like you're releasing, opening, lengthening, coming back to center when you're ready. We'll release the arms down to the sides and just gently roll our shoulders a little. This feels really, really good to me today because I've done a lot of yoga in the last few days and my shoulders are feeling a bit stiff, and the opposite way as well. Very good. Then we're going to take our hands onto our knees and just allow our body to shift from side to side. So I call this snaking. So we're pressing into our hands a little bit. We might be leaning a bit more forward after we've done a few from side to side. We might come even lower down, keeping the elbows bent, the chest open. And you don't have to look forward. You can look down to allow the back of the neck to be long. And then we'll snake our way back up again. So coming a little bit higher and coming back to sitting more upright. Brilliant stuff. Then we're going to relax our hands, take our fingers onto our shoulders or towards the shoulders, and just make some small circles with the elbows. So starting small, it doesn't matter which direction you're going in. If you prefer to do one side at a time, that's fine. And when you are ready, you can build up those circles to be perhaps a little bit broader, a little bit bigger, a little bit more expressive, but always listening to your body, finding what feels right for you. Let's go the opposite way as well. So we're going to start small, smallish, maybe not as small on this side. And then gradually building up a little bit bigger. And you don't have to keep your head still. You can allow your neck to be free to move as you move. So you don't create any holding, any tension. We'll do one more in this direction. And gently relaxing the arms down. Aces. So here in our seats, we're going to bring our knees just a touch closer together. Don't have to be all the way together. And take our hands to the outside of the seats and very gently just sliding one hand down and back to center and sliding the other hand down and back to center. So you can feel a little bit of firmness in the belly here, a tiny bit of effort to help stabilize the movement, and just a little gentle side bending. We're not trying to get anywhere, we're just warming up. Aces. And then coming back to center, we're going to widen the knees again. And then we're going to lean our hands a little bit to the right, lean our bodies a little bit to the right, and with our left shoulder, make slightly more expressive shoulder rolls, but find that they're moving in the torso as well. So a little firmness in the belly here as well. And if that feels good, you might want to soften your elbow and make these more fuller expressions with an arm as well. Again, just letting your head be wherever feels comfortable for your neck. We'll do one more. And come to sitting upright. Very nice. So in between, we're going to do a little twist. So bringing the knees a bit closer together again, and we're going to twist to our right side. So to our left side. Taking the right hand to the outside of the left leg and reach the left hand out to the side as you turn around. And here you can leave your left arm just reaching away from you with the shoulders nice and relaxed, or you can reach for the back of the chair or the seat of the chair, whichever feels best to you. And just gently turn your head a little in and out of this pose until you get to a place that feels comfortable, and you can hold for a breath in and a breath out. Turn to the front with only your head. Release your hands, unwind the spine, turning a little to the opposite side and back to center. We're going to take the feet wider apart again, lean ourselves a little bit to the left and make those big shoulder rolls with our right shoulder, feeling that openness and movement happen all the way down the torso. And remember, you can move your head. Mine is just looking at you guys on the screen. If you want to, you can soften the elbow, make more expressive gestures with the arms. Perhaps that gets underneath the armpit. We'll do just one more in this direction. Coming up to center, bringing the knees together, taking the left hand to the right thigh and reaching the right hand behind you as we twist to the right. You can either leave the right hand where it is with the fingers lengthened away, the shoulders released down, or reach for the back of the chair or the side of the chair. And here, once you get your body up, just turning your head a little in and out until you find a place that feels really good for your neck. Feels like the right spot, and holding for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Before releasing the head, turning to center, releasing the hands, unwinding, turning a little to the opposite side and back to center. Very good. You're going to take the knees a little bit further apart. Sit yourself a touch further back on your seat. So you've got more of perhaps just the top of the legs supported on the seat as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to undulate with our spines forwards and backwards into a forward bend. So we're going to start with our hands on our knees, and we're going to reach our shoulders forward and tuck our chins in, and then reach our chest forward and bring our shoulders and elbows back and lift the chin up. So we're just rolling back, tucking the chin in, scooping the belly in, rolling forward, opening the chest, lifting the chin. Rolling backwards and forwards. Just doing what feels best for you. And then from this upward lift, we're going to fold forward over the legs. So leading chin down or chest down, chin following last, and folding all the way forwards. We're going to relax our hands towards our feet and let the back of the neck relax as well. We'll take a deep breath in here and a deep breath out. And then we're going to bring our hands back to our knees and round through the spine. So we're pressing into the hands, chin stays towards the chest as we round through the spine to come upright. And very last, we bring the head up, and then we're going to lift the chin and fold forward from the hips, chest coming forward. Release the hands down as the head relaxes, back of the neck softens. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Hands to the tops of the knees. Press into the hands, scoop the belly in, round through the back, chin tucked to the chest until the last moment. Let's do one more of these. So opening the chest, lifting the chin, folding forward from the hips, belly lifted. As you come down, relax the hands, relax the back of the neck, and then to come up, hands onto the knees, press into the hands, rounding through the spine to come up to sitting. And we will just finish with a gentle opening. So reaching the arms open, reaching the chest up, elbows back behind the body a little, and then relax. Super duper. If you've got any wiggles that you need to wiggle, wiggling now is good. Smashing stuff. We're going to come to the front of the seat a little bit more now and just make some movements with our legs. The first movement that we're going to do, I'm just going to slide my seat backwards a little bit, is to take the heels onto the floor. The knees are nice and bent, and we're just going to roll the feet at the ankles so that the knees come together and apart. So we're rolling the legs, the femur bones, the thigh bones in the hip joints, and we're going to roll in the opposite direction as well. Very good. I quite like this one. It feels really nurturing on the hips. And then from here, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of space. So you might want to be towards the edge of your seat and lift one leg and make circles with the knee. So it doesn't matter how far off the floor this leg is, and it might be that you keep your foot on the floor and you just gently make a sliding motion out and back. But if you can do circles, doing circles in both directions. Use your other leg for support, use your belly muscles for support too, and reach that foot down to the floor. Same thing on the other side. So making circles or sweeping the foot on the floor, a little bit out, a little bit in, whatever feels easy and accessible for your hips. And the opposite way too. And it might be that you have to do a little fewer than these, and that's fine. These might feel really good, and that's good too. And relaxing that foot to the floor as well. So we've done a lot sitting down, which is great preparation for what we're about to do. But I'd like us to stand up for a moment and release and stretch our backs out. So let's come up into standing. And we're going to I've just moved my chair to one side. We're going to take the feet apart, soften the knees, and do a gentle twisting from side to side. And this is a really nice Kati Chakrasana. We can free up the feet so that we pivot on the toes a little. And we can reach the arms instead of around the body, across the body and behind the body. And if you prefer a natural or a normal Kati Chakrasana, that's okay. And then we've got the arms reaching across the body. Let's make both arms reach up and soften the knees and reach to the other side. So a little diagonal rather than twisting. Nice. Lengthen away from the toe that you're pointing. And it doesn't matter how high up your arms go. We'll do one more to each side. And then just let the arms begin to sway and the feet to find a little movement until you come back to standing steady. Great stuff. Let's try our downward dog on the back of our chair. So at the back of your seat, with your hands resting onto the seat itself, walking your feet away from you, little softness in your knees, lengthening your tailbone, lifting your belly, and allowing your torso to come down towards parallel with the floor. So here, we want the feet not to be too far away from us. They're more underneath the navel than underneath the hips. And we're going to just gently sway our tailbones from side to side. So a little softness in the knees, swaying from side to side. If that doesn't feel good, of course, you don't have to do it. If that feels good, you might want to come to center and then just paddle one leg straight and then the other. And at the same time, do a little rocking through your upper body. So looking under the shoulder or the arm of the leg that is straight, so the head also turns a little from side to side. When you're ready, coming back to center, we're going to press into the hands to lift the chest and head a little as we walk our feet in. And when you come up to standing, taking a moment here in standing, just allowing the whole body to get back to being oriented this way round. So there's no dizziness. And then we can relax and sit down again. So we're going to take our belts and we're just going to do a little opening of the chest with our belts. So here we're going to wrap the belt around the back of the body or the scarf or whatever it is you have, so that the ends of it rest onto our thighs here at the front. And we're going to first slide the back of the left hand across to that right hip. So you can hold onto the belt here if that's comfortable. And we're going to use our right hand to draw the belt a little bit further forward. So we can just wrap that left arm even more, if you like, underneath around our backs. And we're sitting tall. We don't want to overarch in the spine here. So feel a little bit of lift in the abdominal muscles, perhaps just a touch. And again here, just gently turning your head from one side to the other. And then we're going to take the right ear towards the right shoulder until you feel a nice sort of sense of length, perhaps. And if you feel good, you can, if it feels good to you rather, you can lift your chin up and then you can shake your chin down. So the right ear is towards the right shoulder, just a little lift up and down. And maybe as you do this, you're aware of the connection into the base of the tongue, down the front of the neck, into the top of the shoulder, the chest, the upper back. And we're dynamic. We're not holding, we're not pushing. And when you're ready, you can gently come back to center and relax the arms on this side. So we're sliding that left hand back and just giving it a nice undulation, maybe a shake out on both sides. Brilliant. This is Evil Shoulder Opener number 1 in this class anyway. It's called Evil Shoulder Opener number 3 in the other class. So we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So sliding the back of the right hand all the way across, if you can, right to the left hip. And then holding onto your belt and using your left hand to just draw the belt a little bit further forward. So you get even more of a wrap, even more of an open sensation here on the right shoulder. And then to begin with, just gently turning your head from side to side, exploring how it feels. And if that feels good, you can take your left ear towards your left shoulder. And if that feels okay, you can try lifting your chin up and taking your chin down. Lifting the chin up and down. And if that doesn't feel so good, then you can go back to turning, or you can hold something that feels better for your body. If you're doing this, feel the connection into the base of the tongue, down the sides of the neck, the chest, top of the shoulder. And when you're ready, you can come back to center and release that right hand, releasing both hands. The hands sometimes feel, the arms sometimes feel a little bit funny after this. So just doing some nice rhythmic movements to release. When we have had, I think, given our stages in life, girls, that we've all experienced heartbreak of some kind. And it could be not getting the job of your dreams, or not taking the opportunity to do something, or it could be something that's happened in a relationship or with a family member. And it could be an injury. It could actually be your heart. So it could be Andy's auntie has something wrong with her heart, and it runs in his family to have problems with hearts. So it could be something physical as well as something emotional, or something that we remember from our memories. And when we do heart opening postures, sometimes we get that rushing sensation of something being released or letting go, and that's okay. It can come into the hands in a feeling of lightness or sparkliness sometimes. And sometimes it comes up as something more that needs to be released. So let's take a deep breath in and sigh out through our mouths. We'll do one more. And that's a really good way of letting go of something before it overwhelms us. So before the feeling becomes overwhelming, we let it go. And when things come up, when we're doing heart opening, it's really good just to allow them to be. Allow them to be and allow them to go. Okay, so let us do the lovely vinyasa that I've got planned for us. And we're going to do this seated. We're going to turn to the right so that the right leg, no, that's the left leg, so that the right leg is bent and we're sitting towards the edge of the right seat. And then you can choose what to do with your left leg here. So it can point straight down with the knee bent and the toes tucked under, or you can take it back a little bit if it feels good to you to do that. Wherever you are, just feel nice and steady and stable in your hips. And you can turn your hips as much as you like. So some people like to be very square towards the right foot, and some people will be more open. It doesn't matter. We're going to take our right hands and put it on the right leg. And then we're going to start with that shoulder roll again. So allowing your head to move with the movement if it feels good. And you can stay with that, or you can do a more expressive shoulder roll with a longer arm, but a soft elbow. We'll maybe do 2 more of these. Very good. And then we're going to use both hands if possible. If not, leave this right hand down here. We're going to reach our hands forward, rounding through our spine, and then draw our elbows back, opening up our chest. So reaching hands forward, one hand forward, press into, elbows back, open your chest up. One more time, reaching forward and bringing the elbows back, opening the chest. Lovely job. Come back to center or come back to upright. And for anyone who wants a little bit extra, you can raise your left hand up and take it behind you and slide your left leg as straight as it will go behind you and open your chest. You don't need to do this. This is an optional extra. And then we're going to bring the left hand back, slide the left knee in, do our little ballerina feet round to the center, and we're going to open our knees as wide as feels comfortable for you with the toes pointing out the way. Aces, very good. Okay, so here in our goddess position, we're going to take the right arm over the left arm and hold onto our shoulders. So sometimes when we're doing heart openers, we focus very much on the front of the body, but the back of the heart is important too. So here with the hands gripped around the shoulders as much as feels comfortable, we're going to lift the elbows up, open the chest, and draw the elbows down, chin to chest, scoop the belly in. Lift the elbows up, open the chest, draw the elbows down, chin to chest. Now, if you feel able to do Garudasana arms, eagle arms, you bring the backs of the hands or the palms of the hands towards each other and do the same thing. If not, keep holding onto your shoulders. Lifting the elbows up, opening the chest, and drawing the elbows down, scooping the belly in, chin to chest. One more. Elbows up and elbows down. And we're going to come back to center. Doesn't matter what you're doing with your arms. And we're going to make a little circle with our upper bodies. So press into your feet, firm in your belly and your buttocks. We're doing 3 in each direction. Go in the opposite direction as well. And you can do this just as well with your arms on your shoulders. And come to upright. So in the center, we're going to relax the arms down to the sides. And we're going to bring our arms out so that the elbows up around about shoulder height, and just take the elbows back behind us to open the chest, lift the chin a little. Excellent. And back to center. Let's take the right forearm or hand down to the right thigh and reach the left arm over. We're going to come back to center, reaching just up, and then reach over again to the right side. Back to center, reaching up and reaching over to the right side. Turn your palm, come all the way back up to center, arms out to the side, and relax the arms down. Give them a little bit of a wiggle. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes, pad our feet back together, twist to the opposite side, and get ready to do everything on our left. So left foot on the floor, right knee pointing down, or if you want a little bit further back, we're going to rest the left hand on the left thigh and just begin with those shoulder circles. And you can allow your torso to move and your head and your neck to move as well. And if it feels comfortable, you might do a more expressive movement with your arms. And they can be smaller expressive movements. Soften the elbows so you don't load your shoulder as much. Very good. We'll do one more. Excellent. And then turning towards your left knee. If you can do it with both hands, you can. And if not, just leave your left hand down. We're going to reach the hands forward, leaning slightly forward, rounding through the spine, and then drawing the elbows back to open the chest, looking up. Reaching forward, firm in the legs and the buttocks and the belly, and reaching back to open the chest. Reaching forward, reaching back. Do one more just because I've lost count. Very good. Reaching back. And come to your neutral upright position. For those who would like to give it a go, you can raise the right arm up and back, and at the same time, lengthen that right leg back behind you if you can, opening your chest. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and then softening the back knee, drawing the right hand back to the front and slide your right leg in, and then ballerina yourself, tiptoeing like quiet mice back to the front. Excellent stuff. We're going to take the feet nice and wide apart. We're going to find where is comfortable on the sit bones, because we want to feel the sit bones are very much supported by the chair and the feet turned out. This time we're taking the arms apart and we're taking the left arm over the right arm to wrap the shoulders. So last time it was right over left, this time it's left over right. And then we're lifting the elbows up and drawing the elbows in. Lifting the elbows up and drawing the elbows in. If anyone wants to do this with Garudasana arms, all you do is bring the backs of the hands or the palms of the hands towards each other. You could use your belt if you've got it handy. Lifting the elbows, opening the chin and the chest, drawing the elbows down. Just gently drawing the belly muscles in as well. Lifting up and lifting down. One more, lifting up and down. And then here in our center, we're going to make those circles with the chest and the upper body, using the strength of our feet and the stability of our buttocks and belly muscles to support. You can do this just as well with the hands on the shoulders. Very good. 3 in each direction. Coming back to center and then just opening the elbows slightly back, opening your chest and releasing the arms down. We're going to lean onto the left hand or the left forearm and just gently reaching the right arm over and then coming back a little bit up towards the center and reaching over to the left. Back towards the center, reaching over to the left. And then turning your palm, coming all the way up, releasing that arm all the way down. Taking your toes and tiptoeing yourself back to center, rolling the shoulders. Excellent. Very good. In both directions, making any movements with your neck that feel good. Very good. Brilliant stuff, guys. Okay, so we're going to come up to standing again, just because it's quite a nice thing to do. And as we've got belts today, we're going to do that shoulder opener that we did last, I can't remember if it was last Wednesday or last Friday, where we take the arms up and over the head. So take your feet a comfortable distance apart that feels stable and steady, and you can keep a little softness in your knees as well. And then here, you don't want to have your hands too far apart on the belt because we can widen them at any stage, but you do want your belt to be about long enough to have your arms stretched quite far apart. So we'll start with our hands a little bit wider than our bodies, a little bit wider than our shoulders, and lifting the arms up to wherever feels comfortable at this width apart. And wherever you get to that feels comfortable, maybe just taking a gentle sway. So we don't want to do a full side bend, just a gentle sway so we feel that perhaps we're able to release some of the sides of the body. Nice. And then from here, we're going to gradually work behind the body. So we're loosening our grip on the belt so that our hands can come apart, and we can gently, gradually bring the arms down behind us. Doesn't matter how wide our arms go on the belt. It's not about forcing, it's about finding that space to move the shoulders through. Aces. So once you're at the bottom, you can gently, slowly, gradually come all the way up and all the way down in front. Okay, so we've lifted the shoulders up and over, up and over. We're going to start again with the hands just a little bit wider than the body, a little bit wider than the shoulders. Take the arms up to wherever is good for you. And as soon as you need to widen the belt to create that space to move the shoulders, you do. If you can, get your shoulders this time, your arms this time all the way over the head for that gentle sway from side to side. Excellent stuff. And then when you're ready, allowing the arms to widen enough to bring the hands behind the body. And this might not suit every shoulder. And if it doesn't suit your shoulders to do it, then this is just one part of the practice and you can leave it out. Absolutely. And eventually, perhaps the arms come back down to the sides, and you may have noticed that this time you needed less length on the belt. Maybe you didn't. We'll do it one more time. So we're coming back and up and over with no strain, plenty of space. We've got the belt length to do it. There's no point in forcing. Last time, we're going to bring the hands a little bit closer together again on the belt. Little softness in the knees, remember. Maybe we'll give ourselves a bit of a wiggle to make sure that we're not holding on to any tension. Aces. I do that, of course, when I'm holding on to tension. It's not you guys, it's me. Okay, and then reaching the arms up to wherever they get to, if you can, without widening the belt, getting the arms overhead or slightly in front is fine too. We'll do that little sway from side to side. Excellent. And then back here in the center, see how far behind you your hands will come, and then widening when you need to. And just getting to wherever feels good. It's just slow, gradually opening the belt until your arms can float down behind you. Maybe giving the shoulders a bit of a wiggle. Making sure you've got perhaps just a little bit of extra room on the belts this time. Reaching the arms back and then up and over and down. And we are done with our belts for today. So you can place the belts to one side and just give yourselves a little bit of a wriggle or perhaps a shake out of the hands here as well. So let's do some wrist circles. We'll make wrist circles with very expressive fingers to begin with. So long fingers, wide palms, wrist circles. Oh, I've just got good clicking. Fantastic. And the opposite way too. Imagine you're flamencoing. Catherine, I hope this takes you back to your dance hall days. Actually, I don't know if it was dance hall, but you know, dancing days in general. And then thumbs into palms and fingers around and doing those same wrist circles, but with the soft fist. And you can hold the fist as firmly as feels comfortable for your hands. And if your thumbs don't like being tucked in, you can have them on the outside, of course. Really nice, expressive wrist circles still. And see if it feels okay doing these with long arms. And the long arms can be down here, it's fine. Very good, both directions. And then just relaxing the arms, giving them a shake out. Shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, shake out the shoulders, maybe shake out the hips a little bit, maybe shake out one leg and then the other. And if you want to just do a gentle, not shaking, but a gentle twist from side to side with the head. Aces. Okay, guys, come to sitting on your seat. We're moving towards relaxation, but we're going to do a breath practice first. So if you've got some clothing to put on, now is the time. If you've got the little nice, in my case, a nice jumper. Oh, do love a jumper. And a scarf. And you might want to have your blankets close by as well. Something for underneath your feet, perhaps. And excuse me while I just swig this water. Wonderful stuff. So having whatever you might need for relaxation handy. And to do our breath practice, we're going to sit towards the edge of our seat. So just as we did for our movement practice, and then when we do our relaxation, we'll move back into the seat to relax. Excuse me, I've just set the singing bowls off with that cough. Not to worry. Okay, so today we're doing an extended exhalation practice, but we're doing it with bamboo breathing. So for those of you who don't enjoy counting your breath, because some people really don't enjoy it, and I used to be one of those people, then bamboo breathing is a really nice alternative. Imagine you have a piece of bamboo that's hollow through the center. And we're going to draw our in-breath through that hollow center in one continuous inhalation. And then as we exhale, the breath is going to come down the sides of the bamboo, stopping at every notch on the way down. So the breath is effectively the same amount of breath, the same volume of breath, but slower on the out-breath because of all of the pausing. And so we breathe in, and then same continuous inhalation, and then as we exhale, breathe out and pause, breathe out and pause, breathe out and pause, and breathe out. So you might need to pause fewer times or more times for your length of breath, but we'll do a few together to begin with, and then I will leave you to find your own rhythm. So before we start, if you want to use chin mudra, you can. First finger and thumb together, other fingers long, palms turned up or down. You can just leave your hands as they normally fall if you prefer. And then allow your body to feel that support from the feet and from the buttocks and the sit bones, sorry, and also lengthen a little without forcing, just lifting the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Become aware of the breath that you're breathing right now, and notice anything that there is to notice about it. The sensation, where it's moving, its smoothness. When you're ready, you can gently deepen your breath, inhaling now, and exhaling perhaps a little more fully now. We'll breathe together, breathing in, And breathing out. One more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just using that little effort across the abdominal muscles to empty the lungs more completely for our bamboo breath. And then breathing in for our bamboo breath. Breathing out and pause, out, pause, out, pause, and breathe everything that you have left out. Breathing in, breathing out and stop, breathe out, stop, breathe out, stop, and breathe everything out. Let's do one more together. Breathing in, breathe out, pause, breathe out, pause, breathe out, pause, and breathe out completely. So now you have the method. Find your own rhythm. You may breathe in more deeply or less deeply. You may pause a few more times or a few less. As you practice, keep your face relaxed, your shoulders soft, your breath without force. Perhaps allowing your next inhalation to lift the spine a little bit more upright. Remembering to soften the shoulders and the face and the breath. At the end of your next exhalation, not hurrying to catch up, allow your breath to fall back into its natural rhythm, falling into quietness and noticing any changes in your breath. Then when you're ready, moving nice and slowly and subtly, you can relax your fingers, settle yourself a little bit further back into your seat, finding the comfort and support of the back of the seat. Allow your eyes to be gently closed. . Let's take a deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. Let's do one more like that, surrendering the weight into the chair. If you want to do a few more, you can. But feel any tension and effort just easing away from the body now. Softening the features of the face. Feeling the space between the eyebrows spreading. The area around the eyes relaxing. The tongue, the neck, the jaw releasing. Take your awareness into the back of your body. Allow the back of the body to feel heavy but warm, supported by the chair behind you, the seat beneath you, and the floor under your feet. Feel your awareness at the front of your body, becoming aware of the space over you and around you. Feeling the touch of air on your face. The movement of your clothes on your skin as you breathe. The weight and the warmth of the blanket over you. The sensation of your hands resting on your lap. Allow your breath to find a gentle, deep rhythm. Your body relaxing a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into your hands and your feet by wiggling your fingers and toes. Maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles. I've got very clicky wrists today, sorry about that. Then when you feel ready, you can take a deep breath and stretch the body in any way that feels good. Maybe it's the arms and legs long. Maybe it's a stretch of the face in a yawn. Perhaps you want to stretch the sides of the body or the back of the body. When you're ready, you can simply rest one hand over your heart and the other on top. And take a moment to thank yourself for being present in this practice today, for bringing your awareness, your curiosity, for listening when the body was talking to you, for allowing it time to absorb the effects of your work, for allowing time for it to absorb the nurturing, the balancing of energy. When you're ready, you can bring your hands to Namaste. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Namaste. And hope to see you again at another practice soon.